Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Jeff, and tonight I decided that I didn't want to go to sleep, so I poured myself a nice espresso iced coffee, and I'm going to attempt this week 5 weekly one shot challenge. Uh, challenge this week is called the Form Flippers. So basically, the objective is to win the En Sabah Nur scenario using any combination from the following heroes: Antman, Wasp, Spectrum, Vision, Shadowcat, or Angel. And I figured since Apocalypse likes to get big, I figured who better than the old Antman for that one. So I'm gonna try and attempt this with a leadership build, and part of my mess, but I will go ahead and get this assembled really quickly. Make sure I have everything here. There's my obligation. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's yellow jackets. Obligation. 5, 6, 7. And here, side. There's the Celestial Tech. And the 1A, we're going to use the modular sets, Sociotech and Clan Akaba, which is kind of exciting because I've yet to actually play Apocalypse. I've been working my way into recording my first campaign playthrough on it, so I guess I'm opening my Christmas gifts early on that. So we got our Celestial Tech, and then we're going to need the Clan Akaba. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this has a permanent setup. Take that. Grab my obligation. Put this in here. Shuffled up. Oh my goodness, I have cords everywhere. That glare's not doing any justice. Why does it always have to glare? I guess it's good. It's not good. Let's shuffle that. that makes it totally worse. Oh, wait. That makes it kind of better. I think I found that sweet spot. I think that looks decent. Could always be better, but it's better than I've ever seen it. So I'm gonna roll with it. All right. Encounter deck has been created, shuffled, and then get this all shuffled up. Antman versus Apocalypse. Sounds exciting. All right. That's all done. So over here, set my health points to 12. Remove him from his protective shield. Scott Lang. And Apocalypse's hit points will be at 16. There for now. All right, so Ancient Ritual is a permanent setup, so that comes into play. Starts with 5 threat. And if there is at least 10 threat here, remove 5 threat from the scheme and deal each player a face down encounter card. That sounds annoying. Setup for 1A. Apocalypse begins the game with in Biomorph form. So we'll put him in Biomorph form. Apocalypse attack. So he's a 1/2. Apocalypse attacks gain overkill. Force response after Apocalypse changes to this form. Deal 1 indirect damage to each player. All right, so we have him in Biomorph form, and then we deal each player a face down encounter card. That's nice. Nice way to start the game. And as far as setup goes, we'll switch over to 1B. And force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 power counter here. If there are at least 4 power counters here, the first player removes 4 of them and discards the cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpowered card is discarded and is revealed. So it's kind of like Magneto. I had to get some of that coffee. That's delicious. Okay. All right. Let's get everything going. All right. Drop my hand off a little bit. All right. And let's draw a hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just put him over here. Looks a lot better. That's fine. I need a bigger table. All right. So we got to work with here. We got ourselves a giant stomp, stinger, strength, army of ants, moxie, and Avengers Mansion. Oh, I definitely want that. I'll just mug in these 4. Antman. Hey, it's Hank. Quinn Carrier. Giant strength. And we got the wrist gauntlets. All right. So I'm definitely gonna put Avengers Mansion right off the rip. So I don't think I need Hank right now. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna use these as 4 resources. And I'm gonna put in the Avengers Mansion. I'm gonna go ahead and exhaust Avengers Mansion. I'm gonna draw 1 card. Now we have Wasp. And Wasp and a Quinn Carrier. And let's go ahead. Oh, and I forgot that this actually starts with 1 threat. So, all right. I'm going to flip Scott into Antman. And he has the ability Puny Pest. After you change into this form, remove 1 threat from a scheme. I'm going to go ahead and remove 1 from the Ancient Ritual. Bring that down to 4. And I'm going to go ahead and exhaust Antman and take 2 more off of that. And I'm going to call it done on that. And I'm going to hold on to the Quinn Carrier. And drop the hand size of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Is the villain's turn. So 1 threat on the main. And then we'll activate the force response to put a power counter on there. So this is at 1. And Apocalypse is going to attack with 2. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take that first hit. So it's going to be a base of 2, 3, 4. And 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got me at 8. And then going to the encounter cards. First one will be Celestial Weapon attached to the villain. It has a force interrupt, so when the villain attacks you, I have to discard the top card of my deck. And then if that card's resource has an energy, it will deal 2 damage to my identity. That's not cool. If it gets a mental, I'll have to discard a card from my hand. And then if I get a physical resource, it is I'm stunned, and then I discard this card. Wild card does all of it. Well, that's nice. That's a good start. I like that. So slip that on here for him. And then I'm sure this is Shadows of the Past. Oh, no, it's not. It's my obligation. Perfect. That's a good way to start this. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose. Exhaust Scott Lang. Remove Care for Cassie from the game. Choose one card from your hand. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that. So I'll go to Scott, and I will exhaust him, and this will now be removed from the game. All right, survived the first turn. Let's see here. So let's exhaust Avengers Mansion, draw a card. The helmets. Definitely wanted that. I'm gonna flip over into Antman. Uses Puny Pest, and we'll go ahead and remove 1 threat off the main scheme. I'm going to go ahead and use Pim Particles resource, and I'm also going to use a Genius double resource to put my helmet into play. Actually, you know what? No, I couldn't have done that. Or could I? No, because the Pim Particles have to be used in hero. Yeah. Or I could just save the Pim Particles. You know what? I'm going to retract that. I'm going to use the Quinn Carrier and a double resource. I'm going to put Ant-Man's helmet into play. And then I'm going to flip him to Tiny Ant-Man. The threat was removed. That's fine. Response with Tiny Ant-Man, Tiny Form is when I switch to Tiny Form, I can draw 1 card. So I now have Army of Ants. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Pim Particle. And I'm going to put a Army of Ants into play. And there's a hero action on that when I'm in Tiny Hero form, I can exhaust Army of Ants and deal 1 damage to an enemy. And then also with Pim Particles, because I'm in Tiny form and I use this to pay for something, I can draw another card. So now I have Make the Call. So let me discard right now. I have let's exhaust Army of Ants since I'm in Tiny form and do 1 damage to Apocalypse. Let's take a sip of coffee. Why not? Let's use make the call. Let's use one resource, and we'll bring Stinger in. And let's exhaust Stinger. We'll do another damage to Apocalypse. Bring him down to 14. And I'm going to hold on to Tiger. And we'll ready up. And we got ourselves a call for backup. Team building exercise. Rapid response. And power of leadership. Okay. Villain's turn. One threat on the main. Power counter goes up 2. Apocalypse is going to attack. We have the force response for the celestial weapon. When he attacks, you discard the top card of your deck, and it's a wild. So I'm gonna take 2 damage, and then I'm gonna discard a card from my hand. And then I'm stunned, and then I can discard this card. That was nice. And I'm going to have. Oh, she should have. I'm gonna have Stinger block this, so it's gonna be a base of 2. And we got giant size Despot. After this activation, change Apocalypse to giant form. All right, so attacking me in giant. So I assume now he's attacking me in giant form because you have to resolve the effects of the boost. So that's actually going to be an attack of 2. Stinger's blocking it. Stinger will fall. And now Apocalypse is in giant form. He has a force response. So after he changes to this form, he heals 1 damage. So now his health has gone up to 15. Okay. We'll take an encounter card. And we got another giant size Despot. So when revealed, if Apocalypse is in giant form, which he is, they'll activate against me. So he's activating again. I'm going to go ahead and defend that. It's going to be a base of 2. There's 1 advance out of there. So I have defense of 2. He has 2, so no damage done. And that ends the villain's phase. Solid. All right, let's see what we got to work with here now. We have call for backup. Well, we're going to Avengers Mansion. There's the Avengers Tower. Wish I wasn't exhausted right now. Think of anything, I'll use this 1 resource to put call back up into play. Just to have it out. And then Let's use Power of Leadership and put Rapid Response in. And then I'm going to flip. What's the throw looking like? It's at 2. His scheme would be at 2. One advance is gone. I could get away with it. I don't want to see that pop. Maybe I'll hold off for one more turn. I'll hold off for one more turn, I think. I'll hold on to team building exercise, I think. I'll exhaust Army of Ants. So I'm still in tiny form. That'll do 1 damage to him. So he's back down to 14. And we'll stop it there. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squirrel Girl. Okay. All right. Dylan's turn. 1 threat on the main. This goes to 3 now. Actually, let's do this. What's that? 3. Apocalypse will attack. Gonna defend it. So base of 2. And then we have Clan Akaba Zealot. It's a boost. So this is going to play 1 threat on the Ancient Ritual, bringing that up to 3. And he has a 2 boost on there. So he's attacking me with 4. So I'm going to take 2 damage. I'm down to 4. Nice. All right, we got our counter card. There it is. Oh, base of 2. And then after this activation, change Apocalypse to Biomorph form. So force response after Apocalypse changes form, deal 1 indirect damage to each player. I'll take 1 damage. So since he's in that form now, or do I go by? So if the base is 2, and I get this after this activation. Oh, okay. The villain. Okay, so I will go by. It does go by the 2, because he was in this form when he did it. Okay, so this goes to 5. I don't know if I'm doing that right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Either way, I'm actually making it hard for myself, because if I was going to go by Biomorph, it would have been 1. So I'm just going to assume that's what it means. I'll have to do some reading. All right. So that's done. And he already took my indirect damage. I'm at 3. It's my turn. So I'm still stunned, exhausted. Well, double resource. We'll bring in team building exercise. And I think we'll go ahead and exhaust that to reduce the cost of Army of Ants. Actually, before I do that, let me... 1 second. Let's draw a card first. So we got Black Panther. He could help. Let's stick with that. Bring out team building. Exhaust team building. Bring out another army of ants. We got 2 now. Definitely have to flip down. Let's do that. Do 2 more damage to Apocalypse. His scheme's at 1. Two resources, and we'll bring out Squirrel Girl. She'll deal 1 damage to each enemy, so 1 damage will be done to Apocalypse. He's at 11. I'm gonna go ahead and have her thwart. One off the scheme. Drop that down to 4. We're gonna flip down the hero form or alter ego. I mean, time to unwind as a response. After I change this form, I can heal 1 to Scott, and then I'm just gonna let it ride on that. Drop to hand size of 6. 2, 4, 6. Let's see what we got to work with here. She should have these on. Alright, so we got Hawkeye. We got to resize. We have Vision, Giant Strength, Giant Stomp, and another Make the Call. Okay, so 1 on the main. Oh, this is probably going to pop. I was not counting. 1. So, Tyrant Worship. So, with the boost icon, choose either to place 3 on the Ancient Ritual or this card gets 3 boost icons. Well, we could afford 3, right? Because it'll be 6. It only activates once at 10. We'll do that. Right, because it says after throws placed here, there's at least 10. Okay, so we're solid there. So that's only going to get 1. So there's 6 on the main, 6 on Ancient Ritual. Counter card. All right, is this after he attacks? Oh, no, this is after. Oh, you know what? I misplayed all that. Hold on. Take that back. Take it back. Is there 3 on this already? So the threat goes on here. 5. This pops because it gets another charge counter. So now I have to discard cards until a superpower is revealed. And I got one right here. We got technological interface. When revealed, if Apocalypse is in Cyberpath form, he activates against you. Otherwise, change Apocalypse to Cyberpath and place 1 power counter on the main scheme. So, switching him to Cyberpath. He has Retaliate 1. Now we have a force response after Apocalypse changes to this form. Place 1 threat on each scheme in play. So this goes to 6. This goes to 4. This also goes to 4. Now Apocalypse is going to scheme for 2. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. This will advance. And we are on the Rise of Apocalypse. When revealed, the first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a superpower card is revealed and then reveals it. This will start with one threat on here. And this should have one power counter on it. Let's discard cards. All right. We got the Source of Power side scheme. When defeated, if Apocalypse is in Biomorph form, he activates against the player to defeat the scheme. Otherwise, change Apocalypse to Biomorph form and give him a tough status card, and it has a boost icon. This comes out with 5. So now he switches to Biomorph, and then he gains Overkill, and then the Force Response activates, and I take 1 indirect damage. So now I'm down to 3. And Apocalypse is tough. I am getting scared now. Okay. So, let's see here. It is now my turn. How do I make myself get out of this situation? So, Ancient Ritual is not close to 10 yet. Source of Power, the only thing that's going to be really doing me is giving him an extra boost icon for stuff. Um, so let's draw a card. Okay, so now I have 2 resizes. So what can we do? How fancy? That stun is going to be annoying. I have a lightning. So let's heal. Back to 6. And then let's switch to Antman. We'll use this Puny Pest to remove a threat off of Scheme. Let's take 1 off, call for backup. And then since we're in tiny form, let's exhaust 2 of our Army of the Ants. We'll ping the tough off. We'll do 1 damage to Apocalypse. We'll bring him down to 10. And then let's Okay, let's get Wasp into play. So, oh, I also forgot to hit the response for drawing a card for switching to tiny form. So I got another card. I got Avengers Assemble. All right, so we're gonna make the call, and we're gonna do one resource, uh, 2, 3, and we're gonna go ahead and get Jane into play, or Nadia. Sorry. So Wasp comes into play. We have a hero response on that. When she enters play, I can deal 2 damage to an enemy if I'm in giant hero form, or remove 2 threat from a scheme if you are in tiny hero form, which I am. So we'll go ahead and remove 2 off of call for backup, which will leave that as a 1. And then we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and just have Squirrel Girl remove the other one off of that and victory it. So she'll be defeated by consequential damage. And that since I defeated call for backup, when defeated, each player may search their decks and discard power for an ally and put it into play. So I think the person I should bring in bring in, where is he? Did I leave my hand right? What? And blind. Nick Fury. And we'll go ahead and use his ability to draw 3 cards. Wish I wasn't exhausted. I'm going to use team building. And then I'm going to use 2 resources to play Hawkeye. And he comes in with 4 arrow counters. And I used pin particles so I'm in tiny form so I can draw a card. That's going to deck me out. So I will be getting an encounter card on the next turn over here. And let's use Captain America as a 1 resource. And we'll put in play a Giant Strength. And I'm going to use Resize and change to my other hero form. So I'm going to change into my giant form. And after I change in this form, I can deal 1 damage to an enemy. So I'll deal 1 damage to Apocalypse, dropping him to 9. I get the hero response to heal 2 damage when I switch to giant form. So that brings me up to 8. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another resize and bring me back down to tiny form. And use my puny pest. And I'm going to go ahead and remove 1 threat off of Ancient Ritual. It's at 4. Let's take 1 off of here and start working on that. Yeah. And then I get to draw a card. Hero response from Tiny. So now I got Stinger. Which now I'll go ahead and play 1 resource and put her into play because she doesn't count. She doesn't count towards my ally limit. Okay. We got ourselves a little bit of a squad here. So we'll have Fury do 2. Drop him down to 7. He takes 1 consequential damage. Let's have Wasp do 2. Drop him down to 5. She'll take 1 consequential damage. We'll have Hawkeye do 1 damage. Bring him down to 4. And then let's have me a token. No, I have Stinger attack for 1. She'll take consequential. Bring him down to 3. And that's all my plays for now. Which I think is not too bad. Ready up, everybody? Drop to a hand size of 5. So get Vision back, Antman, Moxie, Power of Leadership, and White Tiger. Okay, so 1 threat on the main, and power counter goes up to 2. Apocalypse is going to attack. And I'll go ahead and block with Fury. So it's going to be a base of 2. 3, 4, 5, plus 6. So he had 2 health points remaining. So that's 4 damage. That's going to go to me because he has overkill. Ow. So Nick Fury has been defeated. I'm going to do a hero response. And after an ally I control is defeated, I can discard rapid response and put that ally back into play with 1 damage on it. I'm going to go ahead and response Fury back in. So he'll come in with 1 damage. And I'm going to go ahead and use his ability to do 3 cards to my hand. Avengers Tower, Power Leadership, make the call. And Villain will go ahead and get his counter. We have 2 encounter cards I'm dealing with right now. The first one is going to be Assault. So he's going to attack. Oh boy. That's not good. That overkill can be a jerk. Oh boy. Blocking with Fury. Base of 2. And then he's going to change in the Cyberpath form. So 2. He had 2 health points remaining. So no overkill damage. Hits me. He's defeated. And then he's going to change into Cyberpath form. Now he has Retaliate. After he changes into this form, I place 1 threat on each scheme in play. This goes to 3. This goes to 5. This goes to 5. And then my last encounter card, Gang Up. Oh boy, at least he doesn't have overkill. So he's going to attack. And we'll let Stinger take the hit. So that's going to be base of 1, 2. Stinger's been defeated. Okay. That was kind of scary. That overkill will get you. All right. So have options. It's Avenger Mansion, draw a card. It's Avengers Assemble. I want to get that. I want to get that stun off me. Threats at 3. I'm in tiny form, so let's exhaust 2 Army of Ants. Bring him down to 1. Let's exhaust Hawkeye. He'll take another consequential damage. And he'll defeat the first stage of Apocalypse. So. What was he in? He was in Cyberpath. So now Cyberpath comes in. So his health points go to 20. Let's exhaust Wasp. Let's do consequential. She'll do 2 damage. Bring him down to 18. Let's see here. Let's use team building exercise. Let's use power of leadership. Let's put White Tiger into play. After you play White Tiger from your hand, draw X cards to the maximum of 3, where X is equal to the villain's stage number, so she'll draw me 2 cards. Just want to get rid of that. Let's use a genius. We'll bring in a Avengers Tower. And then we're going to exhaust Avengers Tower to reduce the next Avenger ally played by 1. So we'll use another power of leadership. And we'll use a Moxie. We'll bring in Vision. So everyone's Avengers, so I can have 4 on the table right now. And then let's use I'll use this giant stomp. You know what? We're going to exhaust Antman to get rid of the stun. And then I'm going to flip him into giant form. I'm going to get the response with a helmet to heal for 2. Brings me to 6. And then let's I can also deal 1 damage to an enemy in response on that. So he's at 17. I can hit 2 damage. That's gonna knock White Tiger out. He's got retaliate right now. I already used. I think I'm just gonna hold off. So that retaliates, it's gonna be troublesome. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna mulligan these two cards. Drop to my hand size of 5. So now I got Squirrel Girl, Pin Particle, another Pin Particle. So 1 threat, power, villain will attack. I should be able to take this. I'm just gonna take it. Attack of 1, and then after this activation is all right. So attach. So I have to, after this activation, reveal this card. So I take 1, and then this gets attached to Apocalypse. He gets changed in the giant form. And then when he changes into the form, he heals 2. And then this gets attached to him. And then force interrupt. When the Apocalypse attacks you, you are stunned. Discard this card after the deactivation. So now he's got a +2. And then the encounter card is an assault. And it would probably make more sense for me to defend that. And he's going to be attacking with 3, 4, 5. I'm re-stunned. Boost. After this activation, change Apocalypse into Biomorph form. So 3, 4, 5. 5 to my 3. I take 2 damage. And then he goes back into this gets. Then this gets discarded. He swaps back to Biomorph. I take 2 indirect damage. I'm at 1. That's scary. All right. Now he has overkill again. 19 damage. 19 health remaining. Let's see here. Oof, boy. Let's draw a card. Yeah, I need to all right. I'm gonna do 2 damage with Wasp. Bring him down to 17. She's defeated. Let's do a make the call, and we'll use two pin particles, Squirrel Girl, and a giant stomp, and we'll. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exhaust Avengers Tower, and I'm going to reduce the cost of the next Avengers ally played by 1. And then I'm going to make the call. My target is going to be Captain America. And I get to reduce the cost to play him by every Avenger character that I control. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 on the table. I'm going to use 2 pin particles. I'm in giant form, so by doing that, I can heal 2 damage. So I'm going to heal 4 damage in total. And I'm going to put Captain America in. And he'll be coming in with a toughness on. So at 5. I'm going to use the lightning, or I'm going to use the energy resource to power up Vision and give him a +2 to his attack. And I'm going to have him attack Apocalypse for 4, bringing him down to 13. He'll take 1 consequential damage. I'm going to have White Tiger attack 4-2. And she'll also take 1 consequential damage. That's got Apocalypse up at 11. We're going to flip down to Tiny form. Tiny Antman. Uses Puny Pest Response to remove 1 threat off his scheme. We'll remove it off the main scheme. And then we're going to go ahead and exhaust 2 of our Army of the Ants to do 2 damage to Apocalypse. So he's at 9. And also response on my helmet. When I changed form, I forgot to draw a card. And I'm going to hold off on that. So we'll hold off. Ready up, everybody. All right, if I don't die this thing, I think I got it. Drop the hand size. It's 4, 5. Our Army of the Ants. Perfect. And let's see what happens. So we got 1 threat. 4 goes on here. Discard until we get a superpower card. There's a superpower. So attach to Apocalypse and change him into giant form. And main scheme just got an acceleration token. And this has the Force of Interrupt, so when Apocalypse attacks you, you're stunned. Discard a card. Discard this card after activation. Yada, yada, yada. Got it.
Stalwart, he can't be anything. Oh yeah, also after he changes in this form, he heals 2. So he bumps up to 11. Alright. He's going to attack with 3. Obviously I'll have just Captain America block that. I'm already stunned. So I won't get stunned again. So it's gonna be base of 3, 4, 5. And after this activation, change him to biomorph form. So that'll ping off the tough. He's going back to bio. This gets discarded. I take 2 indirect damage. God, I'm so glad I played those pin particles. I would have been dead. Oh, I love Antman too. I think we're getting close to the finale, my friend. So that's done. He's in biomorph form. He did the indirect damage. We're going to the encounter card. Please don't be Shadows of. It's not. Oh, he's going back to Giant. So attach to Apocalypse and change him to Giant form. He heals another 2. He's back at 13. All right. So 13 damage to go. Captain America saved my life. So I'm always stunned. So let's do draw a card. Oh yeah, we got him. I need him. I've been pretty much stunned this whole game. It's been ridiculous. So we got a giant stomp. So let's use a team building. And since I'm in tiny form, I'll just go ahead and put my 3rd army of the ants out. And we're going to use a lightning resource. We're going to power up Vision to a 4 attack. We're going to exhaust him. He'll take 1 consequential damage. And he'll do 4 damage to Apocalypse. He's at 9. We'll go ahead and have White Tiger attack again for 2. She'll be defeated. Let's see here. What else we got? We're gonna exhaust since I'm in tiny form. We'll do 3 damage with our ants. What do I got here? Captain America's exhausted. I'm at 3. Let's flip the giant form. Let's get the response on the helmet. Heal 2. Response, you change in this form, deal 1 damage to enemy. We'll drop him down to 3. And let's reduce the cost for my next Avenger ally. Let's do a make the call. And let's do 2 resources. And we'll bring out Wasp. I'm in giant form, so he'll take 2 damage. And attack for 2. And Apocalypse has been defeated. I was actually gonna stall it out longer, and I was gonna just drop that. Have Squirrel Girl defeat Apocalypse, or I was gonna try and stall it out and just have an army of ants defeat Apocalypse. I was enjoying that. I got tripped. This is my first time playing Apocalypse, so I kind of got tripped up with some of the words. Like, I didn't know if okay, when this comes in as a boost, and it says after this activation, reveal the card. Say if he's in this form, right? And this is my boost card. So he's attacking me with a base of 1. So it says just as after this activation, reveal the card. So there's really nothing saying to activate it. So I assume it's after he finishes attack. Then I reveal it to make him transform. I don't know if I did the wording right on that. I don't know. I tried as my first attempt to play as clean as I possibly could. Right. So the boost is first. So if it says after this activation, so does that mean activating the boost, then reveal the card? Because it doesn't say what it does. It just says after this activation, reveal the card. So you add the plus attack on the attachment. Yeah, I mean, so say he's in this form, right? All right, so he's about to attack me. This is his boost card. He's attacking me with a base of 1. So I get this, and do I just reveal the card on the get-go? That's what I mean. The wording was kind of flipping me up. So I figure okay, so the boost is after this activation, which his activation is the attack. So he attacks me for the 1. I block. Then it said reveal the card. So then reveals, goes to giant form. So now he's got that ready for his next activation. Okay, that's what I figured. All right, so I wasn't a complete idiot. Nice. Thank you for helping my brain work. But yeah, no, yeah, the Wasp. Nice. That was fun. I'm actually tempted to. I'm tempted to retry this and do it on expert. It's funny too because so I've been doing the stream for about an hour 19, and let's say we'll give or take 10 minutes of me kind of getting all my sloppy mess shuffled up. I think. Hey, also too, I think I fixed my my lighting issue. I think my lighting doesn't look too bad as it usually does. I actually Apocalypse was fun. I haven't played the campaign. I still want to play my campaign run, but so I kind of just opened up my Christmas present without doing it because I usually do a campaign run first before I do the. But I was like, whatever. You know what? I'm so busy at work and stuff like that, and I most of the time when I get home, because I work usually I work almost 12, 15 hours a day. So I'm burnt. So it's I don't know. I got home and I was laying on the couch, and then I was like, all right, maximum effort. Poured myself a coffee. I was like, we're gonna do this. But yeah, I haven't played Antman in a long time. I love Antman. I get so nervous when I take them out of their sleeves. because I just don't want them to get ruined. So it just feels so scared. You're still waiting for Jubilee? What's going on over there? Like, you guys not allowed to have her? I mean, be faster if I just ordered on Amazon over here and just mailed it over. I didn't get Shadows of the Past. That was spot on. I don't know. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to see what happens. I'm tempted to see what he's like on Expert now. It's only 12:45 in the morning. The one thing I had to have you played Apocalypse yet? I was actually expecting it. It's probably yeah, it is. I was actually I was trying to keep my eye on this ancient ritual because it has a setup and it's a permanent. So and I saw that it deals you more. I don't know. It seems like with the Apocalypse fight, it's like he's got these superpower side schemes. It's like you can actually kind of just ignore them if. Did Spider-Man beat Apocalypse? I bet you there's some modulars that probably makes him a lot more annoying. I tell you, these little ants. It's and it's also too because leadership really is very overpowered, especially when you're playing with Avengers. I yeah, because they're just in action. I towards the end I was gonna use Nick Fury again, but then I figured at a certain point in the fight I was very low on health, so and he had overkill, so I already had 3 Avengers on the table. So I exhausted the Avengers Tower to reduce it by 1. And then I used 2 pin particles to bring Captain America in. So, because he had the toughness. So I figured, all right, well, if he attacks with the overkill, Captain America is going to just ping off his tough. And then I was in giant form, so healed 4. So I got my health back a little bit. I was actually glad that I ignored my instincts and beginning of the game I was able to get Avengers Mansion out to play, and I got lucky and I think I got my helmet on the second turn. That definitely helped. So you want to see my build that I did? I actually named it. I named it for my Antman. It's called "It's Your Conscience." We don't talk a lot these days. From the Civil War movie. That's it's really funny, like because I was looking at when I was trying to figure out because I don't. This is probably like my second time doing a leadership deck because most of the time I play protection, but when I was looking at the cards, there's a lot of cards to look at because every single one of them. Yeah, yeah. The 6, the 6 is not nice, but if I have Avengers Tower out, if I have the table built and I have Avengers Towers out, and I don't think I put Triskelion in here. I think I pulled it out because I felt like I didn't need it because I had the Avengers. I probably could put it back in. It'd probably be fun. I could probably take out like a Moxie or something and put it in. Or I think this deck's at 41, so I could put it in at 42 and it wouldn't really hurt it that much. But my whole mindset was like, well, if I got 4 Avengers on the table, or 3 Avengers on the table, the cost is already 3. If I have Avengers Tower out, exhaust that. Well, now it's because Avengers Tower doesn't say it has to be for my hand. I might put this Helo support back in because I didn't realize. So a team building, the card has to be played from your hand. So this would not even work if I was going to try to make the call or whatever. But yeah, I could pull these all out, organize it by the stuff. All right. So obviously I got the resources on, so I got the 3 basic ones, and I got 2 power of leaderships in there. What else do I have in here? Nick Fury, staples basically. So for my allies, I ran Captain America, Nick Fury, Captain America, Black Panther, Squirrel Girl, Hawkeye, Vision, Stinger, because she doesn't count towards the limit. So I can technically, if I had 4 in there, I could literally have her in as the 5th. I have Antman, Hank, and then White Tiger, which she came in clutch, especially when I got him to his second form, and I was able to draw 2 more cards because I made the call in there. I'm running, including with my Wasp, so that's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. 10 allies, and then I ran 1 rapid response, which I rapid response Nick Fury, which was fun because he blocked, he took overkill damage, and then I rapid response and brought him back in so I could get another 3 card draw. Teamwork. So if I wasn't stunned most of the game, my plan of action would have been get Captain America on the table. So then, like, I could go into like giant form, and then what I would have have at least one of my giant stomps, right? Or not my giant stomps, but my the upgrade one, my giant strength. So I get +1 till the end of turn if I switch into him. So he would do the 1 damage, get +1, so I'm a 4 attack. So then I'll do a basic attack, use teamwork, exhaust Captain America. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 9 damage coming at him, and then maybe I would have that in my hand. Giant stomp, do an additional 8. But it didn't work out that way for me. I literally like 98% of the game I was stunned. So I pretty much had my my minions and my little ants do all the work for me. I threw in the Moxies in here because I thought Well, I change form. That's what I do. So I can increase my stats for that. So I don't know if I want to. I don't know. Maybe I drop. Maybe I cut one out, put something else in it. I never really got to play. It was mostly resource. I ran 2 make the calls. So I ran 2 teamworks, which I didn't get to use. The 2 moxies I didn't get to use. So to make the calls I used, that I got to use. I didn't use the Quinn carrier. Never got it out. I also added that bad boy in the Avengers Assemble because I would have liked ready. Oh yeah, Ready Rumble. You know, I didn't even think about that. It would have been glorious. So on theory, if it all would have worked out the way I wanted to, and if I actually added the Triskelion, which would increase my ally limit, so I could literally probably have six people on the field, right? So especially if I have, but they all have to be all Avengers for the effect of the Avengers Tower to work. So the Triskelion, if I put that in my deck, I increase it to 4. I have 4 Avengers on the table, so I get to increase my ally limit by 1. So that means I get to bump it up to 5. Does the math that way, or is it 4? I don't know. So I'm thinking I could do it 5, and then say if I get Stinger on the field, she doesn't count towards the ally limit. She's basically a free card. So I'm thinking I would have 6 Avengers on the table, and then Avengers Assemble. What a cool scenario! That would be sweet, right? Who we have on there? We want Captain on there. Yeah, Black Panther. Have Vision. Bump them up to 4 if I can. Tiger. That's 4. Probably want to have the Antman out, the other Antman out. So that's 2. So and then if we have Stinger out, so say if he was bumped up to 4, then you play that. That's 3, 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That would be 21. That'd be 21 damage. That'd be 21 damage. Like if I did that right when he flipped, he's at 20, right? That would one shot him. That'd be crazy. But yeah. I think it played well, but I don't know. I think the Moxies didn't really never worked. That'd be amazing. That would have to be so RNG though. I'd have to get super lucky to just. Oh yeah, and I had a call for backup, which I kind of used as a way to pull Fury in right away, right off the rip, for free basically. So that was. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, if you do get time to watch it, it was kind of amusing being stunned the whole game. But yeah. no doubt. You know, I'm gonna call this a win. I was tempted to want to do this on expert, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and 6 o'clock is gonna be here pretty quick. So it is always fun. You have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. Well, on that note, thank you for anyone who stopped in to say hi or anyone that checks out this video. And if you liked it, please like it. If you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to also. And please leave a comment. I love feedback. All right. But have a good night.